It is hard to think of the defenders that have defined this generation and not think of this man. A man who has been celebrated with gold, but has also bathed in fire. Living a career that is not gained by mere talent, but created through sheer grit. A hero who surpassed pain, beat the undefeatable, and scared the scary. A man who is a legend. A man called Pepe. Buckle in. This is an age-old tale. This general burst into the scene, and at 41 years old still looks like the feared defender the world almost forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Kepler Iaveren de Lima Ferreira, popularly known as Pepe. If you're a football lover, Pepe needs no introduction. You're probably very familiar with his aggressive style of play, but that's not all there is to him. In today's video, we'll be discussing a legend of the game, a football phenomenon, and a genius. The man, the myth, the legend, Pepe. Quickly grab a snack as you're in for a ride. Without wasting any more time, let's dive right in. Fiery son in Brazil, Nelo Vingada and Carlos Pereira, coach and president of Marítimo, had gone to watch a training session at Corinthians, a club based in Maceió, Brazil, where young Pepe played. They'd taken a liking to a striker in the Corinthians side and were keen on signing him. Before the game, João Feijó, the president of Corinthians, took Pepe aside and asked him to go easy on the striker. The club had wanted to complete the sale, and it would help if the striker looked good. When he takes you on, don't take the ball off him too much, the president had told Pepe. However, when the game started, Pepe never spared the striker, taking the ball off him every time. After the session, Pepe thought he was in trouble, especially since he had promised to help out, but hadn't. Instead, Nelo Vingada said to him, "So, you want to come to Portugal, kid?" Pepe said he didn't think they meant it, but that was the beginning of something special, and the day a legend was birthed. Pepe joined Marítimo FC's B team, and then their first team, and later joined Porto in 2004. Some players are born to play for Real Madrid, and David Beckham is one of them. Those were Florentino Perez's exact words when he was building the Galacticos. There is no doubt that Real Madrid signs only the best players in the world. Well, after just 3 seasons at Porto, Madrid came calling, and who was Pepe to say no? Besides, who wouldn't want to play for the best club in the world? Pepe signed for Real Madrid in July 2007, and together with Sergio Ramos, they brought a fire to Real's backline, which torched La Liga for years to come. They had a strategic aggression that left opposing attackers whimpering. Remember the usual El Clasico fights? Yeah, those fights were usually started by Pepe or Ramos. The day he shaved off his hair, his father said it was a gentleman's cut, but his mother thought he looked ugly. When asked about it, he said, "When you have to defend ugly, you defend ugly." However, it wasn't always smooth sailing, as this fiery spirit often landed him in hot water and on the referee's bad side. You know one thing you'd never guess about Pepe? Aside from his ruthless nature on the pitch, he is a true professional and gentleman off the pitch. Spend some time with him and the hard man vanishes.
Não pode ver. Deixa eu ver no final. Dá só 1 minuto.
When Rudiger first joined Madrid, he announced that Pepe had been his idol. He said, "On the pitch, he's a monster. Off it, he's very nice." The day Madrid won their 10th European Cup, the famous La Decima, he wasn't on the pitch because he had told Carlo Ancelotti that he didn't think he was fit and didn't want to put the team at risk. However, Ancelotti still wanted to put him on at some point, even if it was just for the photo. According to Ancelotti, Pepe has always been an example of selflessness. After 10 long seasons at Real Madrid, Pepe, who was then 34 years, was thought to be declining. With the rise of younger defenders, namely Rafael Varane, he no longer saw a lot of game time. Thus, in 2017, he parted ways with the club. He joined Besiktas that same year. However, his brilliant performance brought him to the limelight again. After just 2 years away from the big stages, he was back again playing in Europe as he signed for Porto in 2019. Most football fans, pundits, and even the managers at FC Porto expected his return to Europe to be brief, but game after game, he just kept getting better, with his style of play now different, or should we say, more evolved, and has managed to stay 5 years at the club. Here's the thing about Pepe: just like the number on his jersey, age is just a number. Over the years, he has learned to channel that intensity and has become a smarter player. He no longer adopts the playing style of a destroyer. He has adapted his game. He tries to build up from the back. He plays smart, and of course, still does the occasional fouls when needed. These days, most times on the pitch, he is usually seen pointing and directing teammates on what to do. A glance at the stats shows the fouls and cards diminishing, and a critical look at his playing style now shows a defender built more on thought than force, which at 41 makes a lot of sense. With Pepe's brilliant form at club level, no one had any doubt that he would be called up by the national team to represent his country. However, fans were not sure if he'd make the starting 11 with the likes of younger and more energetic defenders such as Ruben Diaz, João Cancelo, Diogo Dalot, Nuno Mendes, Antonio Silva, Nelson Semedo, and Rafael Guerreiro. However, as usual, Pepe proved everyone wrong and has been the best defender on the Portuguese side, if not the best player on the team. At 41 years and 130 days, he became the oldest player to participate in a European Championship, taking the record from Hungary's former goalkeeper, Gabor Kiraly, who held the record at 40 years and 86 days. Getting 2 wins and a loss at the group stage and finishing top of their group, Pepe made sure his team advanced to the quarterfinals. Against Turkey, he dropped a defensive masterclass with 4 possessions won, 7 clearances, most on the pitch, 2 tackles won, and a 97% passing accuracy. But this was not even the numbers that baffled the fans. It was the number 41. A flippin' 41, and he had just played like he was 21. In the 82nd minute, he was subbed off. The whole BVB stadium stood to applaud him. He had been brilliant. In the quarterfinals against France, he kept France's dangerous attack at bay for 90 minutes plus extra time, and France could only manage to win on penalties. We're talking about a France side with Pepe Mbappe and other lethal attackers like Ousmane Dembele and Antoine Griezmann. After the game, he was in tears and was almost inconsolable, despite having won the much-coveted Euro trophy in 2016. This only goes to show the passion he has for the game. 41 on paper, 21 at heart. In an interview, when asked to comment on Pepe's form, Roberto Martinez, Portugal's head coach, had this to say about the veteran defender. He is a role model, a professional. The way he reads the game, the way he competes is a wonderful, wonderful example of Portuguese football and football in general. I think there are 2 reasons he is still going. One is that he uses the 24 hours to be a professional footballer. That's very easy to say, but we all know players who probably prepare for 2 hours a day and then live normal life and one day expect to retire. Pepe doesn't. Everything is done down to the detail. The desire and focus to play another year and play another year. And then it's just the love for the game. Knowing tactical aspects, the opposition, just that constant living for the game. Of course, the body needs to follow. He's got genes that I don't think you can buy anywhere. But he's an example of how a player can extend his career 24 hours a day. During his declining years at Real Madrid, when he was under Jose Mourinho, Mourinho had said, Pepe's problem has a name, and that name is Rafael Varane. This was just life. It can be hard to take when a kid overtakes you and time is slipping away. 11 years later, Pepe is at the European Championship and Varane is not. And although his spell at Porto has ended, surely someone would want him. A formidable footballer on a free? Who wouldn't want him? Besides, he isn't showing any signs of slowing down. If anything, he keeps aging like fine wine. Which club do you think needs Pepe's experience in the coming season? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, kindly drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. We'd appreciate the gesture. Till next time, bye guys.